Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, and I want to post a follow-up review of the DJI Neo after using it for over a week now. And I do want to mention this is the production model of the DJI Neo. So this is not, you may have seen videos many weeks or potentially months ago of pre-release. No, this is the production model DJI Neo. And by the way, you can find it, the case like I use, expand this video's description and then click the links there. But just want to share, whoa, wasp, don't want to get stung, man. Whoa. Just want to share an unfiltered and honest DJI Neo review after using it for over a week. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the still to be explored, I'm going to address it all within this video. And it goes out saying, if you have questions or comments, comment down below and I'll try to respond within a future DJI Neo video. So the build quality, as one might assume, is exceptional. This is the smallest DJI drone to date. Yes, they had, what was it, the Rise, R-Y-Z-E Tello, which was a long time ago. I'm not talking about that, but as far as other DJI drones, this is the smallest and lightest DJI drone to date. But even though it's so small and so lightweight, the build quality is exceptional. When you feel it in your hands, you're holding a premium product. There's no guessing that. Just the materials are nice. What I like is how easy on and easy off the camera protector is. You just gently squeeze and then it just lifts off. So there's no frustration involved with that. I like how the camera is internalized within the body, so that may better protect the camera. I like how the prop guards are very nicely attached. It just looks natural. It doesn't look like, you know, when you had the older drones, you know, back in the Phantom days when drones were just starting, those prop guards they looked like something that were added on. These just blend in well with the design of the aircraft. I like the button on the top where you can do intelligent flight modes by just using that. I mean, that's cool if you don't want to pop out your phone or the controller. Obviously, it's USB-C as in Charlie. Super nice. I hate using other USB types, you know, micro USB and USB-A. USB-C is the most current and it's the best USB-C connection. The battery, super easy to take off. You just push and it releases. Very reassuring connection when you put it in. Snap. You get an audible snap and a tactile snap, so you know your battery's well connected. This has, I think it's 25 gigs of integrated storage, which for most use cases is more than enough. If you're going to be flying for a long time in the field with, you know, with multiple batteries, you may run into a situation where your internal storage becomes full. Download it to your phone, download it to a laptop while you're in the field. But for most people, this built-in storage is going to be enough. But it is worth mentioning, it does not have a micro SD card slot. So the only storage is the storage that's built in. The value add of that is that you won't forget your micro SD card when you go to the field to fly, because there's not one. I mean, you've got the built-in storage. Flying this drone with the phone has been a real treat. I actually have not flown my Neo with a controller, and I may not, because I like the phone flying experience so much. I think that's what sets Neo apart from the other DJI drones, is that it's extremely small, extremely lightweight, and you just effortlessly pop it out. You don't even have to use your phone. You can use these intelligent flight modes, but you don't have to pack a controller. You've probably already got a phone in your pocket. You just pop out your phone and you know, you're good to go. So powering it on is like any other DJI drone. You just do tap, tap. Wait for it to come on. It is worth mentioning I am in a safe and responsible flying location here at the Appalachian Ocean. I always reiterate that because I am the drone evangelist. Always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use, because as fellow drone hobbyists, if we don't practice and preach safe and responsible drone use, this hobby may cease to exist. And that would be catastrophic. So let's go ahead and get this sucker airborne here. Let's see. DJI Fly app is the app that it uses. Get connected here. We going to connect? Yeah. Connecting the drone. It is worth mentioning I have the latest firmware already installed, and I've formatted the internal storage, so I've got maximum storage available. And we are in a safe and responsible location, like I said, here at the Appalachian Ocean. So you can take it off from your hand. That's kind of neat. You know, it's cool to take it off from your hand, but today let's just take it off from the table. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to shut my trap because I want you to hear it. You notice I've got it's in follow mode by default, but we're going to flip it to manual control because I'm going to use the virtual joysticks. I will record I'm going to do video. You can see, click here, that's video, that's photo. I'm going to put it in video mode. That's also indicated by the red circle. I'll be filming this video in 4K 30 frames per second. For reference, towards the top right, you can see I'm 96% battery life. Let's hit record. And now let's hold the takeoff button.
Takeoff.
One thing I like about these virtual sticks, see, you can, the left one, that basically rotates the drone. And this is what's neat. See, I'm holding the virtual stick, but also you could do those outside areas. See right there? You could do those. So you can hold the virtual stick. Now I'm doing the right stick, which is making the drone go to the left. I'm doing the right stick going towards the right, which will make it start to go to the right. Likewise, I could also choose to just do push, move left, or push, move right. Let's go ahead and ascend. I'm going to go over my solar string lights, and we're going to go forward. A common comment has been DJI Neo is loud. And as you can hear it, even at a safe and responsible distance, while still completely in sight, I mean, obviously I maintain constant line of sight to be safe and responsible, but you can still hear it. And it is the loudest DJI drone ever released. It's, well, that's a weird comment because it's got the sharpest buzzing sound, let's put it that way. And it's loud too, because you can hear it, but the sharpness of the buzzing sound really makes it noticeable. So some of the other drones, like the DJI Mini series, you could fly those and people may not even be aware that you're flying. And that's nice because there's a lot of people that hate drones. And if you can fly without making it obvious that you're flying a drone, you can avoid some of those unwanted conversations. I find the video quality to be very good. See, now with it closer, you can really hear how loud it is. Towards the right of the display, faintly visible, you see an up and a down. If you hold that, push and then hold, you can tilt the camera down. So that's the downward-most position. You can also tilt the camera up. So let's go to the most upmost position here. Let's see. So that's facing up towards the sky. And of course that would be useful if you were flying underneath a bridge or something where you wanted to see what's above you. Being able to control the camera tilt up and down within the app without having to use a controller is nice. But I will say, for capturing traditional drone videos where you may be doing a lot of gimbal wheel, you know, or yeah, I guess that's what you would call it, the little knob on a traditional joystick while you're flying, that's going to be a lot easier to capture videos if you're doing a lot of camera tilt down and camera tilt up. But this gets the job done. But that would be a use case where you would want to consider purchasing the controller for the DJI Neo. Because as you can see, this video quality is nice. This video quality is not as good as the other DJI drones, current models, of course, current 4K models, but it is really good. The video is super stable. So you're getting, like we've been spoiled by DJI with the stable video, thanks to the gimbal. We're getting stable and amazing image quality. Like I said, it's not as good as a DJI Mini. Let's say DJI Mini 4 Pro, I guess, to be exact. But the video quality is very good, as you see here. I mean, nothing's doctored up. There's been a lot of hate. People say, man, video's no good, man. I don't like DJI Neo. Video's not any good. I think it's good, and I've been flying drones since Phantom 1. So I can make that comment and be confident. Look at that. That's kind of cool. Let's bring it here for a hover. Amazing flight dynamics, especially given how small and lightweight this drone is. Let's bring it back, let's land it. I want to show you how maneuverable it is with this virtual joystick. You know, controlling through the app. Stop the recording. And then we're going to power it off. Tap, tap. And you can see it's powered off. So you saw I didn't even get close to exhausting the battery, so the battery life is phenomenal. Actually, it's so good that it may be in a lot of people's best interest to just take this one battery out, and if they need to recharge in the field, you know, use a USB charging port in a car, in an ATV, in a boat. If you're really fancy, maybe in your airplane. And or, you know, out in the field backpacking, use a solar USB battery bank. So do I need extra batteries with this? I want to keep it simple. I can travel with just this, no controller, just the drone, the one battery, and of course my USB-C cable to recharge it. USB-C as in Charlie. So as you saw, I mean, this is, I mean, I don't know. You tell me. What are your thoughts? What do you think about the video quality? What do you think about the video stability? What do you think about the noise? Do you think that DJI Neo is the noisiest drone on the market today? And if so, is that a problem? And if it is, why? So, I mean, this is... Then, oh, worth mentioning, there is no obstacle avoidance. Now, I never assume obstacle avoidance exists on the other drones to be safe and responsible. It's kind of like an airbag in a car. You hope that it works if you need it, but it's not something that you're going to depend upon and be like, oh man, I got an airbag, I can drive crazy. Same with the drone, just because if this does not, but if your drone had obstacle avoidance, that doesn't mean you can fly it irresponsibly, because the operator should always assume to be safe and responsible that obstacle avoidance does not exist. And in this case, it doesn't. So will they release a future DJI Neo that has obstacle avoidance? My assumption is that they probably will. Looking at this, having flown this multiple times, and you know, just thoroughly enjoying it, I bet they will release a DJI Neo Pro. And I bet it'll have obstacle avoidance, and I bet it'll have an upgraded camera, and I bet it'll have a micro SD card slot. But this drone, as it sits, it's unique. And yes, depending upon your use case, I mean, obviously, when I droned Jeffrey Epstein's island, if this had been out then, I wouldn't have used this. You know, it's not meant for that type of stuff. But to go out and have fun, to have something that you don't even have to fire up your phone. You know, you can just push this one of these buttons here and get your flight mode, your desired flight mode. I mean, you don't have to use a phone. But if you want to, you don't have to use a phone. You could get the physical DJI controller and fly it with a controller. Now, the value add of using a controller, as I mentioned earlier within this video, is you've got better, you know, it's a better feel. Although the virtual controller within the iPhone DJI Fly app, even though it feels highly intuitive, like I said, if you're using the gimbal tilt or the camera tilt up, camera tilt down, doing that with the app interface versus a physical controller is not going to provide as good of an experience. So in that situation, you might would want to use a controller. And if you need greater range, you would want to use a controller, because obviously with the iPhone virtual controller being your only form of controlling, the range is somewhat limited. But it's still plenty good range to be able to capture your environment. So I like it. I'll go as far as to say this is one of DJI's most revolutionary releases, just because it shows their many years of drone experience. I mean, they've been able, I mean, you remember the Phantom 1. It was big, it was heavy, it was top heavy when you landed at times because of the design of the, you know, it had those legs on the bottom and the camera was underneath. It wasn't as crash resistant as something like this. I mean, typically if a Phantom crashed, the camera could hit something that could damage the camera. So to have witnessed, not just witnessed, but experienced with my hands-on the evolution of DJI drones from Phantom 1 through what is now the DJI Neo, it's incredible what all they've managed to package into such a small and ultra lightweight piece of kit, as they would say across the pond. I'm here at the Appalachian Ocean. I would say, wow, that's amazing what they put in here in this little small thing that flies. You know, wherever you are geographically, you may say it differently. But regardless of how you say it, there is no denying that this drone, from a technological perspective, in my opinion, is the most advanced. I mean, it showcases everything that DJI has learned, everything that DJI has improved upon. And circle back to my first drone videos. I've always preached DJI needs to release a smaller and lighter drone. And I was really hot and heavy about that when DJI released the first Inspire. Ooh, I hated the DJI Inspire because my fear is that DJI was going to go bigger and heavier, and I didn't want that. I wanted a smaller and lighter drone. And DJI has delivered, and DJI has delivered exceptionally well with the DJI Neo. So this is a drone, in my opinion, that everyone that likes drones should add to their drone arsenal. If you're new to drones, this is an excellent drone to start with, because you can buy the drone like I did, just the basic kit, and you probably want to get a case, and I've linked the case like I use within this video's description. But you can just have a good time, and if you choose to upgrade your experience, you know, maybe you need a controller, you can buy a controller. Maybe you want additional batteries, you can buy additional batteries. But if you just buy just the drone, you can have an amazing time, a lot of fun. And the flight dynamics of this drone, even using the in-app virtual joystick, you're going to have that same DJI drone flying experience. So in the future, if your needs made you want to purchase a larger drone with a really awesome camera on it from DJI, learning with this drone would make picking up most any DJI drone a piece of cake. It would just feel natural. DJI has done an incredible job with DJI Neo. And I don't sugarcoat any of my videos. And I'll remind y'all, this is the production model of DJI Neo. And I emphasize that because you've probably seen videos from potentially a month or so ago. No. This is the production model DJI drone. And you can find it, the case and accessories, expand this video's description, and click the links there. Thanks for your viewership. As always, I am the Drone Evangelist. Always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. Because if we don't, this hobby may cease to exist. Thanks for your viewership, and keep those questions and comments coming. Y'all have a good day.
Hey y'all, IrixGuy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.